Part 2, the pre-approval letter creation. Now let's navigate back to the side menu and click on the Buyer's Edit Letters button. As you can see, the buyer's table is opened up. These line items at the head of each column are covered in another detail, in more detail in another step-by-step video. However, there are two features worth covering briefly at this time. The two-step verification. This allows a third-party recipient to verify that the letter is authentic via a QR code at the bottom right of the pre-approval letter. Note, this is by default turned on. The next feature is the override button. Simply put, the realtor cannot edit a letter unless this button is green. The loan officer can turn it on and turn it off. Now, after confirming that the borrower is working with the realtor, then the loan officer can turn this button on. And when it's on, it is green. Now let's go up to the Add Buyer button. We'll click on that, and this is how you add a buyer into your buyer table list. Now, we've already added the buyer in advance, so we don't need to duplicate that process, but it is an easy process to do. The next step is to add a letter, and by doing that, we'll need to go to the yellow highlighted column in the middle of the table and click on the Letters button. So we'll do that. We'll click it on, and there you'll see the pre-approval letter list. And at the top of the list is the letter that was created by your loan officer, Larry Lender. Now, you've already created a pre-approval letter, so we don't need to add a letter. But if we were going to add a letter, you click on the Add Letter button. As you can see, it's fairly basic, simple instructions to add a letter. But let's go back to our pre-approval letter list, and we're going to open up the letter that was created by the loan officer by clicking on the Edit Letter button. Now you will see in this window are all the variables that were created in the template that now can be added by the loan officer. Now, this has already been done in advance, but to show you for demonstration's sake, the offer price is blank, but all the other fields are filled in. The borrower's name, the loan type, the term, down payment, and the loan amount. So those are pre-filled in. Let's go over to the columns on the right side of this window. They're the Allow Edit column and the Visible column. Now let's go down to the box that is adjacent to the purchase price fields. So you can see the max price is $1 million. That's the maximum price that the buyer, Joe Buyer, can afford. So that is preset, and that cannot be changed. That cannot go higher than that limit. But we are creating this pre-approval letter, and being that we don't know what the property or the purchase price is yet because they have not found a property yet, we're going to insert the maximum price as the offering price, $1 million. That is the only box in the Allow Edit column that's been checked. So that will allow the realtor to change the price from $1 million or less. And we will demonstrate that in a minute or two. Let's go to the Visible column. We can see that the variables displayed in the template are made visible by checking these boxes, and they are all checked as they should be. Please ignore the bottom field. That is not part of the letter, hence it is not checked. So after a quick review of the variable fields and the loan summary, you can see that all is as it should be. Everything is filled in correctly. So we will go ahead and we will update this letter, and we can see that it's been updated and timestamp, date and timestamp at the top. Now we can review it quickly by clicking on the eye icon, and presto, the variable fields have been updated and the verification code has been inserted as well down at the bottom right. As mentioned, this code can be scanned and the letter authenticated that the loan officer is the source of the letter. By the way, when you clicked on the submit button and the letter was saved, the agent and buyer automatically received notice of the new letter via email, and it was automatically inserted into their lender letter dashboard. This pre-approval letter is now ready to go and can be submitted by your realtor along with the purchase agreement. Quick question. Why is it the purchase price is invariably different than the price on the pre-approval letter? Well, that's an easy one. Neither the property nor the offering price has been determined yet. So on that note, we're going to log out as the loan officer, and we're going to see how easy, safe, and secure it is for the realtor to update the pre-approval letter. So let's log in as the realtor. In this case, it's the fictional Hank Holmes. And for argument's sake, let's assume that Hank, the realtor, has found the perfect property for the buyer. He's done his analysis, and he's meeting with Joe Buyer to draft an offer. Of course, we would all agree that the ideal scenario is that the price on the pre-approval letter and the purchase agreement are identical. Now, here's how the magic happens with the lender letter. The realtor logs on to the lender letter dashboard. They go right to their buyer edit button, click on that button, and as you can see, in looking at the table here, that it shows what the maximum price is and other information on the table. Let's click on the letters button in the yellow highlighted column and go right to the letter. As you can see that it was created by Larry the lender, and now all Hank has to do is open the letter, and you can see that the windows open up and it states here the edit pre-approval letter, and that's exactly what Hank is going to do. He's going to go down and he sees that the offering price that was generated by Larry the lender is $1 million, and he knows based on the table that he opened up that the max price is $1 million. So also the grayed out fields here are grayed out because they cannot be edited. They are visible only. The only field that is editable is the offering price. And let's assume that Hank and Joe have written an offer on a property that's listed at $950,000. They're going to come in at a price at $950,000. So let's make that change. That the realtor, Hank Holmes, is just done. And there, he changed the price to $950,000, and the down payment and loan amount recalculated automatically. So let's update it. And there it is in the realtor's dashboard. Let's review it quickly. And you can see that the price has been changed to $950,000, and everything else is calculated correctly and looks as it should. So there you have it. So the price has been updated, and guess what? No more interruptions for the loan officer. You can relax because LenderLetter makes it all happen seamlessly, securely, and automatically. Plus, your realtor will love this application and be very happy with you. By the way, when the update is made by the realtor, you will be notified immediately by email of said change. So thank you. This concludes your Quick Start training.